kind of brutal.
Anyway.
Yeah, this was actually, I think, the cause of a lot of disruption in my early 20s.
Right, yeah. This is exactly why I don't do online tarot readings.
I'm sorry I brought that into your life. I'm sorry. I questioned it too when I suggested it. I was like, should I? Sorry. Want to do this? Ready to do this?
I was born ready to do this.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah. All right. Welcome to Witchcast.
Welcome to Witchcast.
'Cause it's Witchcast.
I'm Emily.
I'm Kate.
And we are your co-hosts of the Witchcast Podcast.
That's right. We are novice, beginner, toddler witches learning and growing and inviting you to learn along with us about everything under the witchy sun.
Yeah. We are doing our best to find out as much as we can about everything there is under that big old witchcraft umbrella. That big black spider web covered witchcraft umbrella.
Ooh, I love that.
And today we are talking about dreams.
Yes, dreaming, dream work, the different types of dreams, nightmares, all of that.
Yeah,
and then how that relates
pictures. I'm sorry. That was dumb. That was such a dumb joke.
Why A Bug's Life beat out ants.
Yeah. Shrek, the best movie?
Period.
Period.
Yeah, and also then how that relates to witchcraft and how you can kind of use dreams in your witch practice.
Yeah. I feel like
there's so much to talk about with this.
Yeah, this is like, Kate, you did such a large and wonderful amount of research on this, I feel.
I went down a little bit of an internet rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I suggested this topic
but
when
in a good way. Sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, a good rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Because it was only done within 2 hours rather than 6. But I had a really intense, kind of terrifying nightmare on Sunday morning, and immediately wrote it down, which I tend to do when I wake up in the middle of really intense, terrifying nightmares. Mm. And when we were brainstorming about topics, and I was like, I had a bad dream. Want to talk about dreams?
And I was
then that opened up this whole can of worms. Yeah.
Yeah, and now here we are in this can of worms. It's so wiggly in here.
Juicy.
Ooh, so good for the earth.
Worms.
I tell you. I like them.
Yeah, I mean, they're okay.
They're all right.
Like, I let them be. I'm not in, do your thing, worms.
Yeah, go for it, worms.
I know you're
only
earthworms.
There are a lot of creepy worms out there, yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good, we should definitely specify.
Yeah, I'm pro
parasitic worms, fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much all the other worms could go fuck themselves.
Yeah. Including earworms. I'm looking at you, Lady Gaga. Stop.
Too catchy.
Get out of my head.
My, this is a problem.
But there is so much to talk about when it comes to dreams and dreaming and sleep in general.
Yeah.
Shall we just dive in?
Yeah. So broadly speaking, we're going to cover what are the stages of sleep, different types of dreams, and then we will talk about a little bit of science about like what dreams are all about, or like why dreams happen, and what we know about that, most common kinds of dreams. Did you read Why We Have Nightmares from The Independent?
Yes.
All right, you can cover that one if you want. I didn't get to it.
Okay, yeah. That was actually my jumping off point.
Oh, wow. Okay, ooh. And then we've got, history of dreams and folklore. I was reading about dream interpretation and the history of dream interpretation.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Which it's like cultures have been reading into their dreams
since the beginning.
Ever.
Man. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then you found some stuff about sleep aids in folk cultures. We've got a rad-ass thing from a Reddit user. We've got so much information.
So much info.
Gird your witchy loins, my friends.
Get ready. Get
you're
cozy.
You're going to know a lot about dreaming when this is done.
Exactly.
Yeah, so curl up.
Hopefully.
Under a blanket. Maybe make a cup of tea.
As you're doing so well now at home, protecting yourself and others.
Yeah. Thanks for doing your patriotic duty and staying home.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep saying patriotic duty.
Yeah, it's like, it's not
I'm
necessarily
not even
patriotic.
I just like the phrase and I've never gotten to use it before.
You know what? Honestly, let that flag fly, Emily. You use that word as much as you like.
Am I going to chant USA? No, that doesn't feel right.
Maybe a few more beers in.
Yeah, right. Thanks for doing your part and staying home.
It's like a civic duty, I guess, right?
Yeah.
It's
or
like
in the case that you're not allowed to stay home, thanks for doing your civic duty.
Right.
And being out in the world.
Yes.
You're risking your lives for all of us, and we thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. But it's definitely, I'm sure a lot of people are having, no, you're doing great, are having a hard time sleeping right now. So maybe maybe you'll be so bored by this episode, it'll help you go to sleep.
Yeah. Make yourself a little sleepy time tea and get ready to drift off into dreamland, baby, because that's what we're talking about today.
Wrap yourself in a nice cozy blanket.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Love it.
That does sound
So speaking of sleep, let's talk about quickly those 4 stages of sleep that need to happen in order for dreams to happen.
Yeah. So stage 1, your eyes are closed, but you can easily be woken up. That usually only lasts 5 to 10 minutes, or in my case, 3 to 4 hours a night. Stage 2 is a light sleep. Stage 2 is a light sleep, where your body's getting ready for deep sleep, and then the third stage is you're in a deep sleep, but you're not yet fully in REM.
Right.
This, I think, is a lot of the night, from my understanding.
Yeah, I think so as well.
And then you get REM sleep, it only lasts like 10 minutes at a time, basically. But it's most dreams, pretty much all dreams happen in deep sleep or REM sleep. Most vivid and intense dreams happen during REM sleep.
Correct. And REM stands for rapid eye movement. And then the non-REM obviously means not.
Yeah.
Your eyes are not rapidly moving.
Yeah. And yes, your eyes are rapidly moving when you're in REM sleep, which sounds so creepy.
Yeah. If you ever watch someone in REM with their eyes closed, you can see it through their eyelids. It's really weird.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a very restorative, I think, part of your sleep cycle.
Yeah.
I would imagine most animals have some form of REM.
Yeah.
I would
Anything
guess.
that dreams
I don't know.
would, I guess. Yeah. Which is most animals. Because dreams, in theory, I guess we'll talk about this later, but in theory, dreams are your brain processing what it learned or what it's learning. It's a way to store, it's while your brain is dreaming, it's storing your memories and also processing information, basically, which is why if you don't have REM sleep for a long time, you get crazy.
Yes.
It's it's really bad for you.
Yeah, sleep is very important, and dreaming is a part of that. And I think a lot of people say, oh, I don't really dream anymore, or I don't have dreams. And you may be getting a lot less REM sleep than you maybe need or could or should. But I think also a lot of times it's just very hard to remember the dreams that you have.
Yeah, there's something now that we're saying it, I didn't click on whatever this was, but someone somewhere in all of this did say that they could teach people that thought that they didn't dream how to remember their dreams, but I did not read anything about that. But apparently, yeah, for the most part, if you think you don't dream, you do dream, you just don't remember it. And so there are probably things you can do to try and unlock that if you want.
I'm sure that'll tie into what we'll talk about later in terms of dream journaling and how to, and witchy practices tying into dream work. I think probably helps with that.
Yeah.
I would guess.
Probably.
But speaking of dreams, there's several different types of dreams. This is according to a Psychology Today article by Dr. Michael J. Bruce.
Noise.
Also going to mispronounce a lot of words, as always, in this episode.
It's one of our signature things, is not pronouncing things correctly.
It's so cute.
It's like just part of our brand, you know?
Yeah. We're just like...
Just winging
so
it.
adorable.
Just throwing some letters in a row and hoping for the best.
Well, there's a lot of different psychologists, of course, who have studied dream interpretation, and I think you'll get into that a bit, Em. And obviously, Freud is one of those who thought that the dreams were the royal road to the unconscious. But let's just kind of talk briefly about the main different types of dreams. Well, first off, there's just common dreams, which, Em, I know you looked into a bit. What does that mean?
Yeah, so the vast majority of dreams that people have and sort of remember, or like that you dreamed, but you didn't like write anything down, or maybe you did because you're dream journaling, but like it didn't like shake you in a long-term way. The average, like your average dream is like just sort of a mashup of like your experiences and maybe like your daily life, things that you recognize. You're like walking around, you're doing stuff, but it's not like nothing really stands out. And those are sort of those are kind of the most common dreams where it's like, yeah, okay, another dream. Like I went to the office in my dream, that was annoying, but like it, like and they're the ones, because they're so formed from daily life, they're not typically ones that like, unless there's a big emotional moment in them, they're not ones that people think a lot about, or like of the dream types. Yeah, people tend to put the least amount of emphasis on interpreting those sort of most mundane of dreams.
God, I really hate when I like go through my whole day and then in my dream and then wake up and actually have to do it.
There's nothing worse than that. And I feel like it relates directly to being anxious about what's going to happen the next day. But like, I hate when I just dream the whole day I have to do and then wake up and have to do it again.
Yeah. So speaking of anxiety, actually, skipping a little bit ahead, but then coming back, there's that article in The Independent that you mentioned. Adults with frequent nightmares have traits that are related to either the terrifying aspect or the dream. And a big one, number one, is anxiety.
Yeah.
So I think like... Ding, ding, ding. If you have a lot of these kind of either mundane dreams where you're like planning out your day in your head or having nightmares, chances are you might experience or have anxiety.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like so rarely do I have a nightmare when I'm otherwise in a perfectly good mood. You know?
Right.
Like sometimes.
Yeah, or sometimes I think I'll have a nightmare when I think I'm in a perfectly fine mood, but it turns out there's some deeper shit I'm not addressing.
Oh, yeah, like deep-seated fears just waiting to rear their ugly fanged faces.
Right. So in terms of nightmares, those are broadly defined as kind of frightening dreams that result in some degree of awakening from sleep, which I thought was interesting because I never really thought of them as you have to wake up. But I guess the differentiating factor is that bad dreams, you can have bad dreams and they're kind of less severe and you don't necessarily wake up from them. They're not that scary.
So like nightmares are specifically qualified by you wake up.
I guess so. Or they result in some sort of degree of awakening. So I think you could even maybe kind of, when do you ever like kind of halfway wake up in sleep and then you can like just easily quickly go right back to sleep?
Yeah. I feel like, yeah. And when I think about it, just anecdotally speaking, I feel like almost all of my nightmares, I wake up at the moment when something really bad is about to happen, or I think I've turned it around. Like, either way, it's like something is like flying at me, and it's like, oh no, and I'm awake.
Ugh, it's awful. It's very unsettling.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of different reasons or triggers that scientists and psychologists and other people of esoteric practices kind of believe where nightmares come from. I mean, but scientifically speaking, triggers can include stress, emotional upheaval, traumatic experiences. They can be side effects of medication or drugs or alcohol. It could be because you're sick, some sort of illness.
Heartburn, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, like, look, you eat enough cheese right before bed, you're probably guaranteed. At least I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah, you're asking for at least a weird dream.
You're going to have a weird dream. And they can have negative health consequences. According to some research, they may contribute to insomnia, daytime fatigue, depression, and anxiety, which is so fun because if you have anxiety, you might get more nightmares.
Right, very egg.
Yeah,
nightmarish chicken egg combo.
Anxiety. Other medical conditions could be migraine, obstructive sleep apnea, clinical depression, which that's complex. But we'll also talk about kind of more of the spiritual meanings behind dreams as well. Mm-hmm. And then going off of that terrifying branch is night terrors, which I thought was really interesting because I read in a couple places that when children have night terrors, which is when they're most common in childhood, they might not even know what caused the night terror. They might just wake up screaming and then go right back to sleep. But sometimes it is it's a very intense episode of fright where you do wake up screaming or yelling.
Yeah, like I feel like you hear about people with night terrors and they're like the largest characteristic is like, oh yeah, my boyfriend screams in his sleep. And you're like, what?
Yeah,
oh, no.
No big deal. Oh my God, I knew this one guy in college who his girlfriend told me that he used to choke her in his sleep.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he used to try and like choke her out in his sleep. Isn't that so crazy?
That's wild. Huh.
But actually, this is interesting. Sleep terrors actually mostly occur during non-REM sleep dreaming, according to research, while nightmares tend to happen during REM. And then let's also mention just sleep paralysis here. That happens when, upon either waking up or falling asleep, the person is conscious and aware, but unable to move or speak. During an episode, they may hallucinate as well, hear, feel, or see things that are not there, and it can be terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. It's supposed to be really scary. I knew someone who had sleep paralysis, and yeah, everyone I know who's experienced it, I guess, has said that it's like the fucking worst.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I luckily, knock on wood, have never personally experienced it yet. So, but I would imagine it's horrific. Yeah. Yeah.
I've heard that sleep paralysis is associated, like a lot of people think that that's what is usually behind people thinking they've been abducted by aliens.
Oh.
Is that it's like sleep paralysis where they're dreaming while feeling frozen in bed, and they interpret it as like, because so many of the stories are like, yeah, I was in my bed and I couldn't move and they came and did this stuff. Yeah.
Wow. That makes so much sense.
Right, yeah. But Crazy. It doesn't explain how those two women in two different parts of America ended up switching pajamas, according to that one episode of Unsolved Mysteries I saw when I was 6 years old. A fact which has stuck with me until this day.
Clearly it has. That's a whole other episode and a whole conversation we need to have.
Right? Because
I need to know more.
If they could switch pajamas overnight, then aliens have to be real.
It must have been the aliens.
It must have been the aliens. Anyway, up next we have recurring dreams.
Right.
Recurring dreams are what the name suggests. They're the dreams that you have over and over again when you have the same dream. Sometimes people will have recurring dreams like a couple times a week. Sometimes it's like once every 6 months.
Yeah.
When I was a kid.
I hate recurring dreams.
Yeah, they're the worst. Usually, I feel like for me, recurring dreams are almost 100% bad.
Yeah.
I had a recurring dream as a kid that the dinosaurs from Jurassic Park came and destroyed my parents' like cottage in Cape Breton.
Wow.
For some reason, I was always in the cottage in Cape Breton. And it was always a T-Rex coming to eat me. I mean,
yeah.
And I didn't watch most of the Jurassic Park movies for a very long time.
Oh,
I saw
that's too
one,
bad. They're amazing.
It ruined my life. And then eventually I saw the rest of them and was delighted by them. Because eventually I got over that fear.
That's how I felt about Scream. I used to have, like, I don't even know if it was nightmares, but it would be like daymares. Like, I would just imagine the killer from Scream coming into my, like, childhood bedroom.
Yeah.
And, but now I love that movie. I think it's really great.
It's a fun one.
I wrote a whole paper on it in college.
Oh, yeah? I don't really do horror movies.
It explores the horror genre and it makes it like makes fun of tropes. It's a meta horror movie. Anyway, okay.
Yeah, I've seen it and I did enjoy it, but I probably...
It's still a horror.
Yeah, I probably couldn't watch it enough to write a paper on it because I think I would not sleep for a week.
Yeah, well...
And as previously mentioned, that would be very bad for your health.
Yeah, that's not good for you. Yeah, and also we'll talk about this violent imagery over and over again. I've firsthand learned it's not good for your dreams.
No, yeah.
Yeah. So then there's also lucid dreaming, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
Because Emily has some thoughts on it.
Yeah.
I do too. I love the idea of lucid dreaming. I want to do it more.
I'm very pro lucid dreaming, and I want to chat about it.
Yeah. And then of course there's off of that branch is astral projection, which we won't really get into because Power of Three, our sisters over at the Power of Three podcast, who are amazing, did a whole episode about astral projection. They talked a little bit about lucid dreaming and sleep paralysis as well, and dreams in general. But it's a very cool episode. I definitely recommend checking that out.
Yeah,
for
rockin'
more in
episode.
depth.
Yeah, if you want to learn about that stuff, go listen to them after this.
Yeah.
But yeah, astral projection is cool also. Lucid dreaming, yeah, I have some personal experience where it made a big difference for me in my life, so I want to talk about it later. But we will come back to that later.
Yes. So in terms of why we dream, like Emily said, scientists and doctors believe it's a way for the brain to process emotions, stimuli, memories, and information that's been absorbed throughout the day. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of facts about dreaming in general that we could go into, but for the sake of brevity, most people that appear in dreams are known to the dreamer, although for me, not always, like, physically.
Yeah, I found it interesting. You found that fact, but I felt like I had read that it was really hard to actually get faces in dreams. Like, you'll almost never actually see the face. Like, if you really pay attention when you dream, like, you'll know who it is, but if you, like, focus in, faces tend to be blurry.
Interesting.
And I don't know why that is, but I've noticed that that's true, or, like, the person that it is will change, or if I really focus on it, I'll notice that the face of the person I'm talking to is not the person that my brain has decided it is.
Yes.
It just sort of, like, fills in a random-ass face.
Totally. That often happens with me as well. There's, like, this person here who, in my mind, I'm like, this is my father, but, like, it does not look like my father at all.
Right, yeah.
Or their, like, physical appearance changes throughout the dream. Yeah, totally. It's interesting. But maybe this just says that 48% of dream characters are recognizable by name. So maybe that's what they're referring to, is just, like, who they are to you. Yeah. And a majority of dreams contain content related to memories about the self. Mm-hmm. And, often have to do with what we're dealing with in our day-to-day lives. If you're pregnant, you dream more about pregnancy and childbirth. If you're a caregiver, you'll dream more about giving care.
Yeah, like, I'm less likely to dream about being a nurse than a nurse is. That makes perfect sense.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I also really love a lot of people, I feel like, have stress dreams that are specific to their careers. Yeah. I remember when I was an actor, I would have a dream, that famous, stress dream of, like, being handed a role and not knowing the lines of the play, and you have to go out on stage and do this part, and you don't know what you're doing. Right. And then once I switched to being a director, it became, I'm a director, and I'm given, and I'm told, okay, go in and direct this show or this film, and I'm like, what is this project? I don't even know what this is. Yeah. Which I thought was very funny.
When I was running a musical with a friend of mine, I used to have these dreams that he and I would get there and no one else from the cast would show up, and we would have to do the whole musical, just the two of us.
Is that a dream or a nightmare? Because that sounds like a dream. No.
In one time we pulled it off, one time we very much did not in the dreams.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how it goes.
Yeah. Both were in many ways stressful.
Yeah. Oh God. That's so stressful. Yeah. And also dreams are ways to process things like grief, fear, loss, abandonment, physical pain. It can help with the grieving process. It also is can play an important part of memory consolidation. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of common dream subjects, like we talked about, school dreams or work dreams, being chased, sexual dreams, falling, being late, flying, being attacked physically, dreaming of someone dead being alive, or vice versa, someone alive being dead.
Yeah. And I've had all of these dreams.
Yes, same. And the most common, a recent study found the most common themes in nightmares were physical aggression, interpersonal conflicts, experiences of failure and helplessness, and, of course, all of that being rooted in fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This was a really fun fact. I found... Oh, sorry. What were you going to say?
No, I just said interesting. Like, oh. I was putting my monocle on.
Oh, yes, please do.
How interesting.
I love that it's now encrusted with diamonds. It's beautiful.
My diamond encrusted monocle, please.
But I just wanted to quickly point out this one fact in this article that I thought was super cool, that scientists in Japan recently made a breakthrough decoding contents of dreams, which is like sci-fi material to me.
Yeah.
This technique is called neural decoding and involves brain scans and repeated questioning of subjects to identify visual contents in dreams. And ultimately, the researchers were able to predict dreams' visual content based on brain activity with about 75 to 80% accuracy, which is wild.
Rad. Oh my God. Never let them look into my brain, because I do not want them knowing what's going on in there.
I don't either. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
So nuts.
That's wild. That's so cool. Good for them.
Yeah, Japan. They're on the forefront of everything, man.
But what does it mean? Yeah, dreams, toilets, they've got it all.
All right, let's talk about nightmares.
Yeah, so this is, so
this is kind of what spurred this whole idea because of my really horrific nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
And I think nightmares are fascinating.
Yeah, so this article from The Independent, Why We Have Nightmares, that we both totally read, says that people who have frequent nightmares, or adults who have frequent nightmares, are more likely to have one or both of these traits, have anxiety, and are more likely to be afraid of their regular world. Like, people that have nightmares are more likely to be afraid of the daytime world. Which is so depressing for me as someone who has a lot of nightmares and is very afraid of my world.
Well, I guess, that's, a very, bold black and white way to define anxiety, is to have fear of your daytime world.
Yeah, fair. And then the other trait, the other trait is high dream recall and vividness of dreams and waking imagery, meaning people that have frequent nightmares also tend to have more vivid, good peak experience dreams, beautiful peak experience dreams, they say. So that's a good upside. It's you might be more anxious, but you might be more likely to have good dreams also. So there's that going for you. If you have a lot of nightmares.
I guess the logic would therefore say, if you can recall, if you dream more vividly and you are able to remember your dreams more often, you probably also remember your bad dreams as well as your good.
You have more vivid and more remember.
Because some people might have nightmares and just not really remember them.
Yeah, just sort of process them and go. Must be nice.
Must be nice. Oh my gosh. So nightmares themselves fall into two categories, according to this article. One is the kind of garden variety nightmares, which these are the main kind of nightmares that people have and that I have personally, which have sort of this kind of fantastical narrative. Something's chasing you. There's the example in this article, which I thought was very appropriate and funny. It was there's an evil witch.
I know. I love that the article used the witch as the example.
Which comes up a lot in these dream articles. It's very funny.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Not all of us want to chase children down a hallway.
Exactly.
Or at least
also,
not in a
what did you
malicious
do
way.
to that witch to make her mad? Maybe you should ask yourself that first.
Maybe next time don't eat her house, Hansel.
God, Gretel. And so those are the main kind of nightmares. A second category of nightmares, which is a little more specific, is post-traumatic nightmares. So these are usually after someone has suffered a horrific event or trauma and then has reoccurring dreams that reenact that event, either literally or with some sort of dream-like distortion. And sometimes these dreams can re-traumatize the dreamer, which is very hard. And often, if you experience those, definitely recommend seeking professional help, with a therapist who can specialize in working through those, because there are ways to stop having those and work on them.
Yeah, you can. It's like it's a big ask, but that's like a slow healing process kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. You can re-script. They call it re-scripting, and it's a whole other subject. But if you do have post-traumatic stress,
well, I did read about that, honestly. And I thought it was really interesting, which is that you can basically work with a therapist, but the idea behind it is that you rehearse like the idea of what you want to happen in that dream. And eventually you have what's called a mastery dream, which is like where the event changes in a positive way, and you can like slowly over time work on like picturing it going better, and then change the way that you dream it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that it doesn't become a super.
I think that also like ties into a little bit into lucid dreaming.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so I, for one, had a long time recurring dream where a bad thing would happen to me. And it took me... when I learned about lucid dreaming and started doing that sort of process of, like, imagining it going better, and then also, like, getting the idea of lucid dreaming into my head, I was able to eventually have that mastery dream that made a really bad nightmare that I was having over and over again go away. And what I learned about lucid dreaming is that one of the things you can do is when you're in a dream, if you can identify that it's a dream, then you can take control over what's going on in the dream. So, like, once you know that it's a dream, you can kind of say to yourself, oh, this is a dream, I can do whatever I want. It's my dream, like, I have control in this situation. I can fly if I want to. I can, like, punch something, and I can be very strong, and I can choose that that's how it's going to go. And one of the ways that they teach you to do that is to try turning a light switch on and off, and if the lights don't go on and off, you know that you're in a dream. And then once you say to yourself, okay, I'm in a dream, then you can take control of the situation. And that actually made me... I was having the same nightmare, like, all the fucking time for a while, and it was really sucking and waking me up in the middle of the night over and over again. And after I managed to, take control and win in the situation that was there, I was able to stop... the nightmare went away almost entirely. And that made a huge difference in how much I was sleeping and also how I felt. And I recommend it. If that's a problem that you have, looking into how to do that, and like therapy, or just like if it's practicing on your own if you have to. But like
that's awesome.
Can, like,
that's so cool.
Highly recommend.
I really want to get more into lucid dreaming. The only kind of form of lucid dreaming that I've experienced is after having a nightmare, waking up and then going right back to sleep and being able to kind of daydream myself back into the nightmare. I basically start thinking about the exact same place where I left off in the dream. Mm-hmm. Only this time I try to change it, like you said, and make it more positive or make it better. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I make it worse. like there's sometimes the dream I had on Sunday that happened where like I went back to sleep after the nightmare. I woke up from the nightmare, tried to like take control of it, and actually did a spell in the dream, like did a witchy spell in the dream.
Hey.
And made all the bad stuff go away, but then I was just completely alone in this desolate town with still the emotional weight that I was feeling, and I was like, oh no, this is worse.
No.
I was like, oh no, now I'm just alone feeling this without like all these other like magical things like teasing me.
Right, yeah.
But I really want to work on lucid dreaming more. Honestly, dreams kind of scare the shit out of me. So
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we talked about this a little bit before we recorded, but like I put a ton of weight on dreams. I really do. Like a little piece of me. I know that deja vu is a known psychological phenomenon, and yet a little piece of me very much believes that like I have dreams where I can like see the future a little bit, just like glimpses of it.
Oh, I think you totally do. I think you're so psychic. I do too. I like among my non-witch friends, like, which are most of them. I'm the person they go to when they have a dream. Like the girlfriends I grew up with, every time one of them has a weird dream, they're like, "Kate, this is what happened in my dream. Help me interpret this." I love dreams. I think they're I'm scared of them, and also I love them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, I had one recurring nightmare for like years that really fucked with
like
me,
torture,
and it was awful. Yeah.
It's so hard.
So I haven't always loved dreams, but after I figured out how to do that, the lucid dreaming, and like I could take control in bad situations when I had nightmares. It doesn't work every time because I don't always remember to like think about that, but it changed my experience of falling asleep because I was afraid to fall asleep at certain points in my life.
Oh, God, that's so hard.
Yeah, it blew.
Yeah, you're so vulnerable when you're sleeping and when you're dreaming, and I think that's what scares me about it is that like anything could happen, and the depths of our minds are like infinite to me. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that sounds like a nightmare.
But yeah, but also, like, I have these deja vu moments where I'm like, I totally dreamed that this would happen and I didn't understand it at the time and I wish I'd fucking written it down and thought about it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because, like, even though I've been taking notes about my dreams for years, the deja vu moments are super mundane. They're never important. They're not scary. There's no relevance, really.
Yeah.
It's just that weird, like, moment of, like, wait, this exact thing has happened before, or I've dreamt it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really have an interpretation for it except that it's like, if I dreamed this, then I somehow got where I was going, or time is an infinite flat circle.
Yeah. Time's a flat circle. You know, I bet if we, like, trained ourselves in sensitivity and, like, heightened our intuition and psychic abilities, we might be able to be more in control of our deja vu and our dreams, and or maybe also able to interpret it better.
Yeah.
That's I feel like it's like a practitioner with no tools. I'm like, well, this happened.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't
know what it means.
I never think to write things down when I should.
Well, let's actually jump ahead a little bit and talk about how to lucid dream and interpret your dreams and use dreams in your witchcraft. And we can circle back to history later if we want.
Yeah,
Those are just like fun anecdotes.
Yeah, the history thing, broad overview. A lot of cultures have thought about dreams, have tried to interpret dreams. You know, like,
yeah.
Google it if you're interested. Yeah. The answer is pretty much everyone ever. It's like,
yeah, it's fascinating though. I mean, some of them are really cool.
Yeah, for sure. We'll come back.
I definitely want to talk about dream catchers and worried owls. Okay.
Yeah.
So, like we were saying, the first step I think in any kind of dream work is recording your dreams.
Yeah.
Taking notes. I tend to, if I wake up from a nightmare and it's always just it's only that, it's never from good dreams, I will immediately open my phone and just like, I realized researching for this that I have a ton of like iPhone notes from the last several years of me and I date them luckily. I even had a dream of being holed up and like having to like shut the doors and windows and like hoard food, and like it was a zombie apocalypse kind of thing. I had that one last August. But anyway, so keeping a record, keep a notebook by your bed. You can use your phone. Sometimes also voice memos, like just record, like just talk. If you're too tired or aren't able to like write something down when you wake up from a dream, I think it's also cool to like just record kind of a quick voice note, and then you can just transcribe it later or listen back.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple things you can do before you go to sleep and then in sleep to work on your dreams. So when you were working on your lucid dreaming, how did you work on creating that light switch? Like, was this something that you said before you went to sleep, or?
It's almost just like planting that idea in your head. I think that probably there are a lot of different ways that you can do the light switch thing. The light switch is just the one that I heard about, but it's basically about like creating a sign for yourself that you're in a dream. And for whatever reason in dreams, But I don't actually know if that was true before I heard it, or if when I heard it, I made it true in my mind that, like, okay, if the light doesn't turn on or off when I hit the light switch, then I'm in a dream. You know?
That's so wild. I've never heard that before. I really want to try that.
Yeah.
I think, though, setting an intention in your mind, in your daytime mind, before going to sleep is a big key factor.
So, yeah, it's, like, in that case, it was like a preparedness thing. Like, okay, if that dream happens again, like, just reminding myself, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to find a light switch on the wall. I'm going to find a light switch on the wall, and I'm going to try it. And if it's a dream, then I know that I'm in control. And then once you're in control, you can do whatever you want. And you can change the dream. Whether it's a recurring dream or not. You can if you can figure out that you're dreaming, then suddenly you can go to Paris if you want. Like, get on a flight. You know, you can do whatever you want in your dream once you're in control of it.
That's awesome.
And so just planning that thought, and then, having a plan of action. If you're having mine was obviously very specifically about how to deal with changing a recurring dream. But if you wanted to do something else, you would just sort of like, set an intention for what you want to get done in your dream. Like, if you are someone who does believe in, like, dreams as a way to, like, either mine your own subconscious or mine, like, the collective unconscious or whatever else. Then if you are searching for information about yourself or about your world, I guess you could say, like, I want to dig deeper on this, and then, find ways to, like, come up with ways to do that, and, like, signals for yourself, and then, see what you can find and interpret it.
That's cool. Yeah, I love that. I also think, and some of this info I'm getting is from that Reddit user, Thicketbird, who posted in it's several years old now, but there's a post on Reddit in the Witchcraft subreddit that's great. Yeah,
it's great. Highly recommend.
But also Power of Three talk about this as well. I think, meditation, if you are experienced enough and able to do transcendental meditation or trance work, of course, do your research, practice well and knowledgeably.
Right.
But doing some sort of ritual, like said, asking for something specific. I also think, like, sleep time rituals are so important. Like, I have this aromatherapy, like, it's like oil diffuser I like to put on, and I have different oils that I like to use. I'll put on white noise or some music. Taking a bath or shower beforehand, like, doing all these things to kind of prepare yourself mentally and physically for, like, I'm going to sleep now, and this is what my intent is.
Yeah. And I guess in witchcraft, I mean, I'm just learning this from what we read online today, really, but I think in witchcraft, like, dream work is more like telling the universe you're ready for dreams, and then taking that dream information, like, whatever it sends you, which would be different from, like, how you deal with, like, taking control of your dreams. Like, that's a different thing.
Right. I guess
both
that
are
is
useful for different reasons. But
that's a good classification. Yeah. That's kind of also what I picked up in my research as well. But also I think by taking control of a nightmare, that is also kind of inherently witchy in itself. Like, being able, it's empowering.
Yeah. Learning to better deal with and interpret your own subconscious, and, like, I don't know, just learning to use the power of your mind, I guess, is what
And your subconscious, which is such a big part of, I think, witch practice.
Yeah.
You can also use dream-inducing herbs.
Yeah.
Do your research, of course, but a few are wormwood, mugwort. Some people use cannabis, obviously. Use that to your discretion and legality. Disclaimer.
Right.
Also, sometimes just melatonin, if you need help sleeping in general, is really helpful. And then that can help you achieve a deeper sleep, which then can lead to more dreams.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, can melatonin be addictive? Is that one that, like, people say don't use it too much? Or, I mean, not addictive in, like, I'm itching for my melatonin, but in that it's, like, hard to fall asleep without it if you take it for too much.
I think any sort of medicinal sleep aid can be habit forming or it's anyone can become addicted to anything, really, right?
Yeah,
so I
true.
think just like follow your doctor's advice and be mindful and follow the instructions on the bottle.
Right.
I think in terms of like, I wouldn't recommend using like NyQuil, but like melatonin is relatively in low doses is a pretty gentle sleep aid.
I agree. I buy that.
Yeah. I mean, but also I'm not one who like is always itching for the melatonin personally.
Right, yeah.
Then also you can do some fun things for in your sleep, like protection and dream aid work. So you can prep ahead of time to then do your dream work while sleeping. So whether that be having a charm or talisman with you in bed or by your bed, and or do some sort of sigil or ritual to kind of protect you while you sleep. To also just kind of, again, because I'm scared of like whatever spirits. I don't know. Like I'm just don't want bad juju coming in.
I totally misread this earlier as being like you should do magic in your sleep. Like in your dream you would like draw a sigil or something and that would be like a protection spell. That's not what this person said, but that would be really cool.
It would be cool. Well, I said when I went back into my dream on Sunday, I wish I would have remembered the spell. I didn't write that down because it was a really good spell. Like I just instinctively knew it and it rhymed and everything.
Oh,
like,
sick. Bodacious.
But I don't remember what it is. But speaking of charms and talismans, just briefly, two that are very well known in folk culture is the dream catcher and Guatemalan worry dolls.
Yeah.
And so dream catchers are pretty much seen as decorative items now by pop culture and mainstream culture, but in Native American culture, they have a very strong provenance. This is really cool. I didn't know this. In the Ojibwe tribe, again, sorry, Ojibwe. Yeah. Sorry for the mispronunciations. They believe that dream catchers are a way in which see, I practiced this beforehand and I fucked it up. Asipikashi.
The Spider Woman, yeah.
The Spider Woman. Oh, yeah, that Spider Woman. It helps to protect and bring the sunlight to them. Once she was able to protect them directly, but once numbers grew and people dispersed to other areas of the world, she taught the people how to build webs for themselves. And so these dream catchers help trap bad dreams that could cause harm, while the hole in the center of the dream catcher allows the good dreams to make their way in.
I actually know about the Spider Woman. I only want to say this because I have a really great book that you should read if you're interested. But I took a class while we were at NYU in Native American theater, and Spider Woman Theater Company was like a very big like barrier breaking Native American theater company that started in the 70s, made by women. That was like really cool and I don't know, check them out and check out that story. And
that's awesome.
But I have a book about their theater company and then also like Native American theater in general that I would be glad to lend you if you're interested in that stuff.
Yes, please. Oh my God, I would love to. Also, you should have talked about this.
No. I wouldn't be better at pronouncing things, but I just wanted to. I had forgotten that I knew that, but when you were reading it, I was
That's so cool.
Oh yeah, I like the Spider Woman, and where were we?
Additionally,
so dream catchers are like really cool Native American thing, not just decor for children's rooms.
Yes, please be mindful when you. I really think it's important, especially because so much has been taken from indigenous cultures.
Yeah.
To be mindful and respectful if you're going to use anything from that.
Yeah, and it's also a way cooler story than like just not knowing what a dream catcher is and having it in your room because I don't know. When you were 12, hippie culture was in.
Right. Or because, like, Urban Outfitters had a sale or something.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then the other one is Guatemalan worry dolls, right?
Yes. I actually have a little packet of Guatemalan worry dolls I got as a kid.
Hey.
And I still have it to this day when I was, like, going through my desk stuff for packing to move. I, found it. And I was like, oh, I still have this. So the idea behind these traditional worry dolls is that it's for children and they tell their worries to the dolls before going to sleep. And the belief is that the dolls then take care of the child's worries during the night, which I love.
Nice. I love
And
that.
I think like I was told as a kid to like sleep with them under my pillow.
Nice. And they'll like
They're
collect
so
your
tiny.
worries for you.
Yeah, I think so. I think maybe I should try that
Yeah,
now
yeah,
as an
right,
adult.
yeah.
See if it helps.
I'm so afraid of coronavirus.
I was just gonna say that. I was gonna be like COVID-19, COVID-19.
That's funny. I woke up with a note that says nothing we can do under my pillow.
It just says, like a weird
wash
sick.
your hands.
It's like this like pandemic version of a tooth fairy.
Oh, that's sweet in its own way. Cool. Were there any things that you were like, this is really cool that you want to hit on?
I mean, I think it's just really cool that throughout history, like a lot of them thought that dreams had a greater meaning than just dreams. Like it was either,
Yeah, for sure.
messages from beyond or ancestors or for, prophetic.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. I love that too. I like that I don't know, it feels really like uniting or like connecting that like the ancient Babylonians and Sumerians and whatever else like cared about their dreams and wrote them down.
Yeah.
And that
yeah,
kind of
I
thing.
mean, the ancient Egyptians did as well. Like there's tomes and tomes of dreams, like.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I think it's a pop culture thing today to make fun of like how boring it is for someone to tell you about their dream.
Yeah, except that I love hearing about people's dreams most of the time.
Same.
Like
I think the thing that people don't like is when people are bad at talking about their dreams.
Right.
When they're like, I was at school. No, wait. It was at an office. No, wait. I think it was in a park. Like when they can't get the details straight, then it sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Commit to the narrative.
Yeah, you gotta like think it through before you start telling it because dreams are confusing.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently, in medieval Islamic psychology, they believed that dreams had 3 parts, like, which is a cool thing to think about. So they had the false, the pathogenic, and the true. So like, and you had to like sort through the parts of your dreams to figure out which were which. And I'm just giving here's a random list of things. There's also a standard traditional Chinese book on dream interpretation from the 16th century called Lofty Principles of Dream Interpretation that was written by Chen Shi Yuan. I'm not going to even try it. It was written in the 16th century. And they... Oh, okay, wait. And Chinese thinkers also raised profound ideas about dream interpretation. And they asked a question that my mom asked me when I was a kid and that has haunted me ever since, which is, how do we know when we are dreaming and how do we know when we are awake?
Oh, God.
Like, how do you know that the dream isn't what's real and the reality isn't the dream?
I don't really want to dwell too much on that.
Yeah. Now, never think about that again.
And shut it down.
And then obviously in like the 17th century and beyond and into like modern Europe, Freud and all those people got into dream interpretation as part of psychoanalysis.
Yes.
Freud believed that dreams were pretty much exclusively expressions of like inner desires and wish fulfillment. I happen to think that Freud usually is a little too narrow in like a lot of his theories and stuff. But yeah, so
Yes. I mean, he's been debunked, I think, a lot.
Yeah. In fairness to him, he's already been debunked. There's no need for me to do it too. But he believed pretty much exclusively that it was about wish fulfillment, and that anxiety dreams and nightmares were the result of failures in dream work, so that like they were like repressed wishes being like inversely dealt with or something. And then Carl Jung, who we love,
I love Jung,
felt that that was a part of dreams, but that was not like a full picture of what dreams meant. Hold on, let me pull this into where I can read it. So he believed that material repressed by the conscious mind was similar to his own concept of the shadow, so only a small part of the unconscious. And then he felt that it was like a bad idea to just sort of blindly ascribe meaning to dream symbols without a clear understanding of a person's personal situation. So he felt that there were two possible approaches. One is a causal approach, and the other is a final approach. So the causal is like, fundamental tendencies. A sword might be a penis, like the sort of, like when you Google, like, what does tree in dream mean? And it's like the tree of life. And you're like, okay, or whatever. And then like, in the final approach, you have to ask, why is this symbol, or why this and not something else? So, which gives you more additional things. So it's like, why a sword versus a snake if you're dreaming about a penis? I don't know why the example is about a penis, but here we are. So
wait, is that the example in the article you read, or is that just your example?
No, that's the article. That's from the article. So,
wow.
So like the final approach is like, why this symbol and not some other one? So like a sword representing a penis is hard, is sharp, is inanimate, is destructive, whereas a snake representing a penis is like alive, dangerous, maybe poisonous, slimy. And so which symbol specifically represents that thing tells you additional things about the dreamer's attitudes. And
that also came up, I think, in a lot of the kind of modern day research that I came across of how to interpret dreams, is thinking about, well, how do I feel about this person or object or event? Like, how does that relate to what's going on in my life in the daytime, in the waking time?
Yeah.
And how, I think when I ever try to interpret my dreams, I focus most on the emotion behind it.
Right.
Like, how did this make me feel? What was the, underlying emotion during all of this? Because that usually, I think, is the root of what it's about.
Yeah, and I think that's a much more modern, witchy, and scientific approach to dreaming, based on what we know, is that, like, dreams are basically a recreation of a specific emotional experience versus, like, it's much more likely that it's, according to one of the articles we were reading earlier, that, like, that it's... you're having it because of the emotion part of it, not because of like the specific event or like the location or anything like that. Like those are sort of secondary to the.
Yeah, it's a distillation. It's an abstraction, and also if you happen to be sensitive or psychic, I think it can be prophetic in nature sometimes. But it always, I think, somehow ties into an emotional state of some sort.
Yeah, something
I think
that you're
they're
feeling,
intertwined.
Yeah, you want to talk about a self-reflective tool. Boy, oh boy, dreaming.
Have you heard about dreaming? Have we got the tool for you?
Yeah.
I want to also briefly mention on the witch subject, another article I came across that I thought was really cool mentioned the moon phases and how that can, some practitioners believe that the moon phases can actually influence our dreams.
Hey.
So for the waxing moon, maybe a time for dreams that inspire you with new ideas. And I think that this is something that you can kind of harness for yourself, right? Like it may not necessarily directly affect your dreams, but if you are keeping a dream journal and keeping record of all of your dreams, you might notice a pattern. Yeah. But you can also, I think, know like, oh, okay, it's a waxing moon. Maybe I can please bring to me some inspiration for this project I'm working on.
Right. Yeah. If you're doing dream work, it's great to keep in mind, like, loop in the moon. Why not?
Yeah, why not? You do. We loop her in for every other thing.
Yeah, she's out and about. She wants to talk.
So, she's here. She's here for us. So a full moon is a great time for lucid dreaming and healing. And for the waning moon, that may give wisdom and insight into the future, which I thought was cool. Nice. So you can use those 3 phases to help with your dream work.
Nice. Love it.
Yeah. So is there a specific dream imagery that you wanted to talk about, Em?
I had one and now I've forgotten what it was.
That's so dreamlike of you.
I know. My whole life is a dream. In that I'm often forgetting what I was just thinking.
Same.
What was it? I had a good one.
Well, I can talk about mine if you want. And then if
Kate, do you have one?
Well, so I think I mentioned this, but the nightmare I had on Sunday was and a lot of my nightmares tend to be very violent. The ones that I find like truly deeply soul disturbing usually have incredible violence, and that's not something I seek out in my day-to-day life. It's not, and like, or even just like movies and TV, I'm not honestly a huge fan. I did go through a really big horror movie kick when I was in my mid-20s, where I watched like literally 5 or 6 classic horror movies in a row.
Yeah,
you
logged all that away. Oh my god, in one night.
In one night, I was doing like a horror movie marathon with my friends for Halloween, and I was the only one who stayed awake for all of them, though. And it got to the point where like every time I closed my eyes, I would just see Freddy Krueger, and it like it just like fucked with me. I had to take a long break from horror after that. But
wait, that reminds me. I saw in here that also watching a lot of movies, they say, contributes to having more and more vivid dreams and remembering your dreams more.
Yes, and also, again, I think taking in a lot of violent imagery definitely can lead to having more violent nightmares or bad dreams. Totally. And also, like, if you're, like we said, if you're going through something truly traumatic in day life, it's probably likely that you're going to have some sort of experience like that in your dreams as well. Yeah,
it'll manifest in your dreams.
Yeah. But and so I always wondered, like, why do I dream these really violent things? It's usually never me enacting them. It's always someone else, some stranger, some other entity is being violent towards others. And sometimes it's someone I know and love. Sometimes it's just somebody else, and I'm just witnessing a terrible thing happen. I think a lot of my nightmares have to do with this sense of control or lack of control. I think also, for me, violence is tied to the basis forms of, and like basis as in like the most base, like root chakra versions of grief and like fear. So I think oftentimes it's like maybe I'm not processing or need to process in really intense sadness or fear that then is manifesting as violence in my dreams. That's my surface level.
I like it.
Couch doctor, whatever you call it.
In my non-medical opinion. Okay, I remembered my dream. My dream that I want to talk about was actually a good dream. Because I had one,
nice.
like I had a really, really good dream that just like, it stuck with me so hard that like I kind of actively pursued it in some ways, which is like, I had a dream that I was walking through the jungle in Thailand, and it was like just the best fucking dream I ever had. And I came upon a pool, like a really beautiful pool, and it was like
nice.
It was also the only time I've ever had like real absinthe.
There we go.
But it was just like I was in this really beautiful, like warm, welcoming place, and it was like nice. I've just never had a dream where I was just like, wow, that was a fucking great dream. And that's it. That's the whole, amazing. I was just like fighting my way, or not like fighting my way through, but like rustling my way gently through like all these jungly leaves. And for some reason I knew I was in Thailand.
And you came upon, you said there was a pool?
Yeah, but like a pool, like a hotel pool on the other side of the leaves. But it was like nice. I don't know. It was just a nice, which is weird because I don't like swimming. I don't usually like pools that much. Yeah, that's what's crazy about it. Is like,
well, maybe it represented like, because it's still water and like idyllic. Maybe it represented like tranquility or peace. Like you were coming out of the forest to a better place.
Yeah. So rarely have I had a really good dream that I remember. You know.
Yeah, those same. I rarely remember.
Yeah.
Dreams.
Just like touching these like lightly moist leaves in like a rainforesty kind of place, and just like, and there was like
tactile
things were like purple around them. I don't know. It was just like very pleasant and colorful and good.
That sounds lovely. That sounds so nice.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so hard to have like beautiful, I mean for me at least, to have like beautiful happy dreams like that. I feel like even my quote unquote good dreams are like okay. You know, like They're just like, they're not amazing. They're just like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, that was a dream. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Do you have any other dream stuff you want to talk about, or?
I feel like this is enough for now. Like there's so much I think we could go into.
We've covered a lot of ground.
But I think most importantly is to keep in mind is that dreams are personal. Like, you know, I told Emily I didn't want to really talk about my nightmare on this podcast, not because I don't love you guys, but like it's a very personal thing to share, and what works for some might not work for you. So trial and error, I think, is at the end of the day, if you want to do dream work, one, record your dreams in some way and figure out what works best for you. It could be a light switch. It could be something else. So everyone is different, and sleep is a very personal thing.
Yeah.
So I would just say, try a bunch of different stuff, do your research, and like we were talking about in Chaos Magic, record it all so you can see what works for you and what doesn't.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Tell me,
and hope you have sweet dreams.
Yeah. Oh, sweet dreams, our friends.
Sweet dreams, everyone. Yeah, let's draw a card.
Yeah. Okay, so I have my Druid Craft Tarot deck here. Oh, this deck is so hard to shuffle. All right. Well, it just fell open. Oh, I'm just going to go with the card that fell out.
Nice.
It is the Seven of Cups.
Ooh.
So this deck, by the way, is by Philip and Stephanie Cargome. And illustrated by Will Worthington very beautifully.
I love this deck. Yeah.
All right, Seven of Cups. Keywords: seduction, illusion, the Grail quest. Meaning, knowing the difference between the imagination and the physical, difficulty choosing between ideas and possibilities. You may be faced with a number of propositions, but be cautious, they could evaporate. Exploration of potential may have turned into daydreaming, greedily taking any opportunity to satisfy desires.
Wow.
All right.
According to Biddy, it says the Seven of Cups is a card of new opportunities, choices, and at times illusion. When the Seven of Cups appears in a tarot reading, you have many options and opportunities from which you can choose, but be careful. You are prone to illusion and unrealistic ideals. Yeah.
All right.
I think this is like a totally appropriate card for our dream episode.
Yeah, right? Yeah, like...
Evaluate your options and dig below the surface to discover what's involved with each choice, which you could do through dream work.
Yeah, and like try to distinguish between illusion and good information.
Yeah.
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 Cool. And the
Definitely.
card itself is like a man staring into a pool, or a person.
Ooh, show me.
Sorry. Here. It's like a person staring into a pool where like the cups are like they're inside the pool, so it's hard to tell if they're like
love that.
a reflection or a dream or like they're actually in there. And then he's got one cup with him. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Narcissus, although I know that's not.
Yeah, same vibe though. He's like
that same vibe.
He's like reflecting but kind of stressed out and like kind of like absorbed in the...
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the artwork on this.
Yeah, the art on this deck really is very cool.
We'll definitely, of course, as always, post a photo on our Instagram.
Indeed. I'm putting him
But
next
yeah,
to
let us...
my Ace of Swords from last week, which has been
nice.
with me all week.
Decisiveness is perfect for that card.
Yeah.
But let us know, listeners, if you have any tips for dream work, or if you just want to let us know what your dream, tell us a dream that you had. We're all ears. We love to hear about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can email us at witchcastpodcast@gmail.com. You can DM us on Instagram, but also please follow at Witchcast Podcast.
Yes. And don't forget, while you're out there on the internet, to give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. And
we really
make sure that you're
appreciate it.
subscribed. And if you feel up to it, leave us a little review telling us what you think of the podcast and how much you hopefully love us because we love you.
Yes. It means a lot, and it helps us become more visible.
Yeah, it makes a big difference, and also we love it. So thank you to everyone who has done that, and thank you in advance to those of you that will after hearing this.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you especially.
Yeah. Thank you, future reviewers.
Yes. And also, I hope that in all of this chaos right now, that all of you are doing what you can to cope and get through each day, because it's hard and it's crazy times. And
yeah, take lots of naps if you need to.
Exactly. Yeah. And dream.
Yeah.
I think it's important to not feel pressured to, do everything during this time. Shakespeare might have written King Lear during one of the plagues, but he also had to experience a lot of plagues. So
Yeah, his whole life was plagues.
yeah, honestly, it's okay if you just end up watching The Tiger King. We will not judge you.
In many ways, The Tiger King is my Lear. Yeah, and take care of yourself and know that it's okay to just allow the chaos to be, just allow it to be and react to it and allow your emotions.
Yeah. Be kind to yourself and others.
Eat chocolate if you have to. I know I am currently eating chocolate. And sleep tight.
Yeah, sleep tight, sweet dreams, and until next time.
Until next time.
Hex yeah!
'Cause it's Witchcast.
Although really, tasting sweet vermouth on its own, it didn't taste anything like what I thought it would.
Whoa, you had sweet vermouth by itself?
Yeah, we tasted our sweet and dry vermouth right at the end.
So dedicated.
I know. Yeah, Dan was like, "We're really gonna do this," and I was like, "We're really gonna do this."
Yeah, I don't even know. That's wild. It's like you tasted a unicorn.
They taste really weird on their own, but
I'm sure.
it was an interesting experience because I've put them in cocktails so much over the years, but I'd never just tried them.
Oh, it's like you got to know a friend that you've always had over but never really had a deep conversation with.
Yeah, and it turns out that friend tastes terrible.